Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome to the channel Bookables. Season is officially here and today's video is all about thrillers that are perfect to read this time of year. You know, right near Halloween, they all have kind of the spooky, eerie factor. I'll let you know how scary I think they are because, you know, I do like the idea of a spooky book near Halloween, but I tend to get scared, especially when it gets dark earlier in the evening. Like summertime, I can read all the thrillers I want, but for sometime about fall, like I want to read them, but I'm like scaredy cat. So it's like, you know, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I have a whole slew of thriller books that are perfect to read near Halloween. So let's get into it. As always, first on my list, because it just is, Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, my favorite haunted house book. I love this book. It's great. I don't think it's too spooky, honestly, in case you're like, is it too scary? I didn't think it was too scary. It was just a great haunted house thriller. So this book has a book within a book, too, which makes it really fun. So this is about a character named Maggie, and basically when Maggie was younger, her and her parents moved into like this big old mansion like called Bramble Hall, and basically they stayed there for 2 weeks, and then next thing you know, in the middle of the night, they are running out never to go back again. Now years later, her dad has written a successful novel about it, saying that, you know, that it was haunted and all this stuff, and Maggie's never believed that. So now sadly her dad has passed away, and what does he leave her in his will but the keys to Baneberry Hall? Is it Baneberry Hall or Bramble Hall? Baneberry Hall. I don't know why I said Bramble, sorry. And so she decides to go there because she also does interior design and stuff like that. She's like, I'm going to make this place nice, and I'm also going to figure out, is it really haunted or not? And so that's the whole book. You also get snippets of her dad's book in this, which I think is just really fun. It is my favorite Riley Sager book. Honestly, any Riley Sager book I think is a good time for spooky ones. He has summer thrillers, and then he also has fall thrillers. This one definitely falls in the category of fall thrillers. Another one that would be really great to read in the fall, that's by him, is Only One Left. This is more Gothic-y and stuff like that. This is about a character that becomes a caretaker for a woman that may have killed her sister and dad like 80 years ago. So she's trying to figure out, it's a very creepy mansion and things are going on. So both really great atmospheric, dark kind of haunted house vibes, and I really enjoy them both. Author I always recommend near Halloween and stuff, Grady Hendrix. I really enjoy his books. I've read most of them, honestly, and I have a couple favorites. Number one, a lot of people don't love this book. I did, and that is How to Sell a Haunted House. This book is cuckoo bananas. Like, it is crazy. Grady Hendrix does horror, but he does it more satire-y, and it's more gore. I don't know how to explain it. It's just basically this book follows a character named Louise, and she figures out that both her parents tragically died, and so she has to travel back home to South Carolina because that's where kind of all his books takes place, and they have to sell the house. And what's not only that, but her mom was a puppeteer and she made a bunch of puppets, and one of those puppets is really creepy, named Pumpkin, and it gets freaking wild. I think the reason why I love this book is because of the sibling dynamic. It was very similar to me and my brother, and so I really connected with that. And it's crazy. It is bat crazy, okay? Like, it doesn't make any sense, but I enjoyed the mess of it. It scared me, but also made me cry, which is something I would never, ever feel like I would say about a horror book, but this one did. Like I said, I'm in the minority here. I really love it. Not a lot of people do, but I still stand by it, and I think it's a great book, especially near Halloween. Like, a crazed freaking puppet, like, you're never gonna look at your kid's stuffed animals again the same. At least I don't. And the other one, of course, My Best Friend's Exorcism, one of my favorites by him. If you have a chance, get this copy. It's like a VHS copy, which is just amazing. So this one, two high school sophomores, Abby and Gretchen, and they're best friends. And so they go off with their other friends. They kind of have like this little party in the woods, I guess you can say. And then Gretchen goes in the woods and she kind of goes missing for a few hours. Then she comes back and Abby notices that Gretchen is kind of different. Maybe she's possessed by a demon, and it kind of goes from there. Again, super crazy, but a very fun time. I love this one. This one has all of Grady Hendrix books are horror, but have an underlying element, like How to Sell a Haunted House was about a familial relationship. This one's about kind of best friend and how can best friends overcome a demon. It's hilarious. They do have an adaptation in this book, which I didn't think was very well, but either way, there's some scenes in this were graphic, like not like gory, but just disgusting. But either way, it's an amazing Grady Hendrix book. One that I've read very recently, and I was like, this is going to be a great Halloween read, and that is 13 Months Haunted by Jimmy Giuliano. I really enjoyed this book. So whoever does the cover for Jimmy Giuliano gets all the raises, because his first cover somebody designed like a VHS tape because this boy's marketed to freaking millennials. And this one, he's doing a CD. And somebody even commented on my last video where I think I hauled this. They were like, what if his next cover has like an iPod on it? And I was like, oh, God, amazing. So either way, this takes place literally at Y2K, and we follow a character named Piper who's a librarian clerk, and she doesn't really love her job. She's moved to a small town. Basically, she has to go to a lot of middle schools and be like, hey, check out the library, enter these contests, all that kind of stuff. And there she meets a character named Avery who is in middle school, and she enters in a competition for like a horror Halloween writing. And Piper's like, this freaking story is pretty freaking dark. And she knows that Avery is a little bit different. Avery's mom follows her everywhere. She's never alone. She feels like maybe something could be off about her. All I have to say about this one, it's, again, you have to suspend your disbelief or suspend your belief. And it's very much like The Ring and also Unfriended. It was a good time. Highly recommend it. Another author I read a lot in the fall, Rachel Harrison. I've read most of her books. Now, I don't love all of her books. In fact, her last year's release, So Thirsty, didn't like it. But I enjoy reading her books in her Halloween. I'm going to read, she just had a new one coming out about a haunted house, which I don't know if I can recommend or not because I haven't read it yet. I'm saving it for this month, so I'll let you know. But either way, Black Sheep is one of my favorites and the one I think I recommend the most near Halloween. That one and Cackle, but it's not really a thriller, I would say. I think this is a little bit more spooky. So this book is about a character named Vesper, and Vesper has left her family and she doesn't have any contact with them. And then one day she gets an invitation to her cousin's wedding. Vesper's like, what the heck? Like, my family has kind of, what is it, excommunicated or something like that. They don't talk to me anymore. So she's like, maybe I should go to my cousin's wedding, because she learns that her cousin is marrying Vesper's ex-boyfriend. So she's like, what the heck? So she goes back to like the family compound, and you're thinking, this is kind of a weird family and stuff. And I remember very vividly reading this. Like the first night they go to dinner, they're saying like the prayer like before dinner, and I kid you not, instead of saying amen, they were like, praise Satan. And I was like, what? That's right. Vesper's from a freaking demon cult. Like a devil cult. They just, it is bananas. Like, her mom's house is very macabre. It's all full of really, because her mom used to be a horror actress. It is an insane book. This book makes zero, like -0 sense. But it was a good time. It was about a family that's a cult that just does creepy, crazy things, and devil gets in. It's insane. It is insane. But will I say it's a good Halloween read? Yes, I will. I enjoyed it for that matter. But would I ever want to experience this book? Or like, no, okay. Another newish book that came out this year that I was like, again, perfect for Halloween, Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. This starts literally on Halloween night. So how perfect is that? So this book follows a character named Jet. In the beginning of the book, it's Halloween. It's a Halloween festival her town does. She's helping her parents with their business. And then she goes home and she gets brutally attacked. And they think that she's dead, but then she remembers waking up in the hospital, and she's like, okay, cool, I survived this attack. But no, the doctor's like, you got an aneurysm pretty much, and either we can operate on it and you have maybe like a 1% chance of surviving it, or you could like wait probably a week till the aneurysm burst and you die. And so Jet's like, I'm gonna use this last week of my life to figure out who freaking attacked me, who did it. So it's pretty much like a amateur sleuth type of book where she tries to figure out who brutally attacked her. And Jet is not a great character. I did not like her. She definitely did grow on me a little bit, but she's kind of a dick. I'm just gonna be straight up with you. But overall, it was very dark, very moody, near Halloween and stuff like that. I mean, the whole premise of having a week left to live before an aneurysm to figure out who killed, like who was planning to kill you, insane. I would highly recommend checking this one out. Another very atmospheric book that's perfect during your Halloween, Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. I have read several of Alice Feeney books, and this is my favorite. It's the one I've really loved. All her other ones I've been kind of about. I just haven't loved it, but this one, it is perfect. It takes place, again, I think, right on Halloween, because it's about a character named Daisy Darker. Who would have guessed it? And they have to go to her Nana's 80th birthday on Halloween, I'm pretty sure, and they have to, it's like a old Gothic house like on this island that you can only access when the tide goes in or out. So when all of her family's there, they stuck for the night. And it's very much like Agatha Christie and Then There Was None. Like every hour upon the hour, somebody dies and you don't know who's doing it, things like that. The twist is very obvious, but the way it's just very atmospheric and moody, and the setting is just phenomenal. It makes it the perfect, like if you want to pick a day where it's like rainy and drizzly and kind of just dreary, this fits that vibe 100%. Perfect for Halloween. Then we have another haunted house book that scared the crap out of me. So you get scared easily, probably don't read this book. I don't know. Kill Creek by Scott Thomas. I read this years ago and it still stuck with me. So this book is all about these authors that one's like a middle grade horror author, one's a horror author, one's like an erotic horror author. They all get invited to do this interview at like the world's most haunted house, the famous haunted house, and basically they have to like survive the night there or something like that. And so they do, but the book kind of takes place after, about how the house has maybe effects on them, and it is freaking nuts. Like if you want a haunted house book, like this is one for you. Like I'm talking about haunted house where it's like really truly like a freaking creepy haunted house. This one right here, it scared the crap out of me. It's very long too, and you think that it's not that long, actually. It's just enough. It just says they have the entity that they have awakened will follow them, torment them, threatening to make them a part of the bloody legacy of Kill Creek. And that is exactly what this book is. Like, creepy. And then we have kind of a lighter one, more of a romance one, but still good to read. Maybe if you like kind of dark romance, this will be good. Butcher and Blackbird. This is part of a trilogy. I've only read the first one. Either way, it's very interesting. So this is about two characters named Sloane and Rowan, and they both like people that do really bad things, and they meet up together when they're trying to hunt for one of those, and they kind of make a game of it, and then romance kind of ensues. It is very, very gory. Like I'm talking about, the author has like a whole trigger warnings of like eyeballs, eye sockets, amateur surgery, skin, like it's like, what the, but it is interesting and entertaining, and dare I say a good Halloween read. It's not super scary because she has the romance element involved in it, but it's still got that gore and stuff that's perfect for Halloween, you know? Yeah. Last one I want to recommend. Again, a lot of people don't like this book. I really enjoyed it, and that is My Darling Girl by Jennifer McMahon. This book was creepy, okay? It's short, but it packed a punch for me. So this book is all about a character named Allison who has a husband, has two daughters, and everything's going hunky-dory, but then she gets word that her mother is dying. And she has always had a very estranged relationship with her mom. Like her mom has been very odd, very weird, and basically she hears from her mom like, hey, I'm dying, and I really would like to repair the relationship with you before I go. And so she's like, maybe I should do this. So she invites her mom to live with her, and things go crazy from there. She starts to think that maybe her mother is possessed, and maybe she's trying to get her to be possessed. It's insane. The ending, chef's kiss. I loved it. This is just about a mother and daughter that are very strained, also have a demon possession going on. I mean, it's very Halloween-y, okay? But a lot of people don't like it. I really enjoyed it. It was very dark and eerie, and just spooky, honestly. I liked it a lot. So there you have some thrillers and horror novels that are just perfect to read near Halloween. I'm going to try to read a couple this year because, like I said, I try to read them mainly when it's summer and stuff because I just get so spooked out easily. It's just a problem I have. I've always been this way. But either way, I would love to know what books you like to read near Halloween. What are some good thrillers that you would recommend near the spooky season as well? As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.